In our previous video, we reviewed Huawei's SUV called the Luxeed R7. But what if you're more of a sedan person? Alright, so let's get right into it. What happens when a huge tech company like Huawei decides to build a car? Well, you get something like this, the Luxeed S7. It's a brand new electric sedan they built with the automaker Chery, and honestly, it's a really fascinating look at where things are headed, a future where your car is basically a smartphone on wheels. First up, let's talk about how this thing looks, because you can't really get the S7 until you understand its whole design philosophy. They're calling it the OneBOX concept, and it's a pretty clever idea that's all about one thing, making the inside feel absolutely huge. So here's how it works. You know how a normal sedan has that distinct hood, then the cabin, then the trunk? 3 boxes, right? Well, the S7 kind of throws that out the window. They push the front pillars way forward and the rear pillars way back. What that does is it basically creates one single continuous space for passengers that stretches almost the entire length of the car. And the result of that is, well, it's a ton of space. We're talking 1.91 meters of usable cabin length. That's insane. It means you're getting the kind of legroom and space you'd expect from a big, long wheelbase luxury car, but it's all packed into a much sleeker, more streamlined body. And it's not just about raw space. They've packed the inside with some really cool features too. For the co-pilot, there's this wild zero-gravity seat. The rear seats can be adjusted, and you can't miss that massive 16.1-inch 3K screen in the center. Oh, and for a little while, they're even tossing in a free sport package, with a rear wing and diffuser to make it look a bit meaner. Okay, so that's the design. Now let's get to the really interesting part, the tech. This is where you can truly see Huawei's fingerprints all over this car. It's basically a rolling showcase of their latest and greatest innovations. Man, this thing is just loaded with sensors. They've seriously upgraded the whole suite. There's a new solid-state lidar on the back, which gives it super precise environmental scanning all the way around. It's got 40mm wave radar, which is great for seeing through nasty weather. And get this, it even has 6 microphones on the outside of the car, so you can literally give it voice commands from the curb. So all that high-tech hardware, it all plugs into one central brain, Huawei's ADS 4.0. Think of it as the car's central nervous system. It's taking in all that data from the sensors and using it to make smart decisions while you're driving. And what's really cool is what Huawei is saying about this system. One of their executives, Yu Chengdong, said the big goal here wasn't just to be smarter, but to be more, human. They want to get rid of that clunky robotic feel that some driving assist systems have. They want it to feel like you have a really good, really confident co-pilot with you. And all of this tech is building towards one major goal, what they call a curb-to-curb autonomous journey. The vision is for the car to handle everything. It pulls itself out of its parking space, it navigates through busy city streets and highways, and when you get to where you're going, it finds an empty spot and parks itself, the whole 9 yards. Right, so it's roomy, it's super smart, but is it any good to actually drive? Let's talk performance. We're going to peek under the hood, so to speak, and look at the powertrain, because it's all built on a piece of tech that's a real game changer. Every single Luxeed S7 model is built on an 800-volt platform. Now, if you follow EVs, you know this is a huge deal. It means way faster charging and much better efficiency. And that efficiency translates into some seriously impressive range, topping out at a whopping 855 kilometers for the Max Plus model. So let's break that down. As you can see, even the S7 Max base model gets a very respectable 705 kilometers. But if you want to go the distance, you'll want the S7 Max Plus. That's the one with the bigger 100 kilowatt-hour battery, and that's how you get that incredible 855-kilometer range. Here's something really interesting they said at the launch. Yu Chengdong basically came out and said that these official numbers, they're actually conservative. He claimed their efficiency is so good they could have pushed the official rating to over 900 kilometers, but they decided to play it safe. That's some serious confidence in your tech right there. Okay, so let's recap. We've got a design with massive interior space, we've got bleeding-edge autonomous tech, and we've got incredible range and efficiency. The big question is, what's all this going to cost? You're probably thinking it's going to be a fortune, right? Well, let's see. Brace yourselves for this. The starting price for the S7 Max is just 229,800 RMB. To put that in perspective, that's about 32,000 US dollars. I mean, that is just shockingly competitive. For a car packing this much tech and this much range, that price is a major statement. And it's not just the starting price. Look at the whole lineup. They're all priced to make you think. The jump from the standard Max to the Max Plus, the one with that huge 855-kilometer range, is only about $2,700 extra. It's a no-brainer. This is clearly a strategy to go right after the big players in the EV market. So when you put it all together, the Luxeed S7 is more than just a car. It's a perfect example of how the line between tech companies and car companies is just completely disappearing. And it leaves us with a really big question to think about. When your car is basically a gadget on wheels, who do you trust more? The company that's been building cars for 100 years or the company that built the phone in your pocket? That's the question this car asks, and believe me, the whole auto industry is holding its breath for the answer. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed a quick look into the Luxeed S7, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and let me know in the comments. Would you buy this? Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.